we're talking randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled studies in humans. This is something that as pharmacists, you don't see. You know, my husband likes to talk to people about how you might see 1 or 2 good studies on a prescription drug, and I'm not comparing a prescription drug to Juice Plus. We're not in the drug category, nor do we want to be, but if you just think about it that way, it's really fascinating and compelling to think about how we have these gold standard studies, and so many of them, and studied at places like, you can see here, you can't read these, but for the new people in the room, studied at places like University of Texas MD Anderson Cancer Center, Vanderbilt University, Yale University, Wake Forest University. I could go on, but these are very prestigious places that have studied Juice Plus and published in scientific journals. I believe it's 31 different journals to date that Juice Plus is published in. You don't see that. You do not see that. I mean, that is just such a great indication of not only, you know, the breadth and the depth of our studies, like I was talking about, but the breadth of it, you know. We're talking about a variety of different journals. The JACC, Journal of the American College of Cardiology, right? Cardiology, to skin journals, to, you know, gynecologic and oncology journals. That is such a wide breadth of studies and a variety that you just, researchers, when they look at this, they can't believe it because that is not common at all. So let's talk about the impact factor. Who in here has heard of an impact factor? Awesome. Okay, some of you have. So for those who haven't, an impact factor is basically a measure of a journal's influence in the scientific community. So it's kind of like, you know, influence on YouTube or Instagram. The more a journal's articles are cited by other articles in other journals, the greater the influence, the greater the impact. They don't all have the same impact. So a good impact, you know, a good research program would have an impact factor, they say around 10 to 15. Guess what Juice Plus is? Nearly 200.
Wow.
Nearly 200. Yes, it is so cool. And to see that, like I said earlier, these are studies done on the products themselves in humans. And so what do the results show? A variety of different things. And I'll highlight some of these today. We don't have time to go through all of them, but it's amazing, all kinds of different things. Like I said, from cardiovascular health, skin health, reduced oxidation and inflammation, cognitive processes, that's your brain function, DNA protection and repair. I could go on and on. So let's talk about a few of them. Athletic performance, Juice Plus reduces exercise-induced oxidation. Any athletes out there or athletes in your family? Yeah, I see you, Kevin, yes. So even if you're not an athlete, I'm like the mom that, you know, runs outside or runs on my treadmill and does some Pilates in my basement, so I'm certainly not, you know, an elite athlete, but the more activity we put our bodies through, the more oxidative stress we have, the more protection we need. There's some, you know, experts out there who say that athletes need 16 to 18 servings of fruits and vegetables every day. If 1 in 10 says they can do, you know, an average of 7 servings, how can the athletes get 16 to 18 servings? Our Juice Plus reduces exercise-induced oxidation. And then what about the antioxidant protection? These numbers are amazing. I love to share these with you guys because I think it's so fascinating. Up to a 528% increase in beta-carotene levels over 28 days. Up to 80% increase in lycopene over 28 days, 40% increase in alpha-tocopherol over 28 days, and 32% increase in vitamin C levels over 42 days. So I'll talk about this more in just a little bit, but one of the reasons we decided to use Juice Plus nutrition throughout both of our pregnancies was this data right here. Very, very cool. What about cognitive function? That's